And it also doesn't mean that you should then move mad because they did.
Because they didn't.
Yeah.
It's but this is a bit of a tangent, but it is still linked. It does, being like, you know, outside over the last like year and a half or whatever, it does blow my mind the way that people move.
What do you mean?
Like the amount of people that just cheat.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just open. It's almost like everybody knows. And I don't know, like maybe I was living in a bubble, but like I didn't think people were that bad.
Well, what makes you say this though?
Just seeing it like firsthand. I don't know whether it's just the industry we're in or like whatever. It's like it's people just moving freely like they're single, and you're like, wait, doesn't that person have a yeah, okay? I never really realised that was that so common.
Yeah, and it happens in the workplace.
Yeah.
I've mentioned bare times them Christmas parties at the corporate office. Yeah, it's going down. It's going down to bits. I remember I DJ'd at a work Christmas party, corporate thing, whatever. Bearing in mind, I've been in and out of this office a few times before. Everyone's just super quiet, just doing whatever it is that they're doing. Everyone's delegated like jobs, whatnot. I go to this Christmas party, bare people are lipsing each other up, and I'm like, wait, when did all of this happen? And then I left, and then as I left, I was trying to find my car, and I could feel sex around me. I could hear sex on my shoulders. So I'm turning around and I'm saying to myself, where is this coming from? Because, you know, like sometimes when noise bounces around the walls, or like it just bounces around, you can't always work out the exact direction of where the sound's coming from. I could just feel it on my shoulders and whatnot. And then I take one look under the scaffold and I see two people chopping to bits in there, and they were looking like they were doing something they weren't supposed to be doing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm speculating here, but one of them was guilty.
One of them was guilty. Or
one of them was guilty. Yeah, one of them was guilty, but...
Yeah, it's just... Do you think it... But it just got me thinking, like, has it just been like that? And is that just human nature? Or is this generation with social media and accessibility and whatever, like, massively accelerated people to be like that? And do you think it's way harder for people to be faithful now? Because I'm out here thinking I want to be in a faithful relationship with somebody I can trust to be... Yeah, I hope so. But like, the more you observe, the more you think, is that... God, bloody hell, I don't know that many... You know what I mean?
Nah, do you know what it probably is though? I mean, one, there is a lot of people out there that would be faithful and that are faithful in relationships. But do you know what? Sometimes the reality is, you don't even want that man. You don't want him. You want this Don. And like, now it's a bit tricky because, you know, this Don has whatever access, power, whatever it may be, or he's whatever it is. This is the guy that you want. And this is just the way that he moves.
Doesn't have that faithful capability.
Yeah, like sometimes that person doesn't. So yeah, I don't know what the percentage are when it comes to stuff like that. But like, I don't know what the percentages are when it comes to stuff like that. But I do know that there are a lot of men out there that even if they're in their heart they know that they would be able to chop someone. They know that they would be able to chop someone and it just be that. The only thing is, they're just not going to do it because of the effect that it's going to potentially have on their missus if they find out. So it's within them to do it, but they just wouldn't do it because, you know what? With this is not what we do in this life.
Yeah, but this is an interesting question. Do you believe that if you truly are in love with somebody, you can cheat on them?
No. And the reason being is because it's not that you wouldn't have sex. You couldn't do the physical act. You just wouldn't do it because you wouldn't want to upset them. This is it. That's a different...
Because so many guys love to say like, sex is just sex and I can cheat and it doesn't mean anything. Like it's just a physical thing, but it's what you're doing to that person. Like, so I see it almost like a tier system of love, and that top tier pinnacle of love goes hand in hand with like you respecting that person to the point where they are you, you are them, and you couldn't have people look at them like a dickhead.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you couldn't have you walk into a room hand in hand and you got some girls sniggering in the corner like she don't know what her man's on.
Yeah.
Like and so like when you really love somebody, like real love, you couldn't do like for me, I couldn't walk into a room and have my man looking like a fool, have another man like elbowing his brethren and saying like, oh my god,
like I chop.
Oh yeah, like she's on smoke, or she's this, she's that, like, because that would be that. Also, that makes me look like an idiot because that's my man.
Yeah.
So if he's looking like an idiot, I'm looking like an idiot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what though? I actually think that there's oh, this is gonna sound like a mad thing to say, but I do think that there is like levels to like love though.
So do I.
So like,
yeah.
So you know what? Like, I believe that a man, or not a man, I believe that a person could love someone and have sex with someone else.
Yeah, fine.
I believe that they could like be besotted and absolutely like, you know, in the highest tier of love.
Tier system, yeah.
Yeah, in the highest tier of love, do it then? Nah. Because it's not because of the physical act. My thing can still get how it needs to get, and I can still do what I'm doing, but it's only because the thought of what that would do to you would make me think, do you know what? I can't even do it.
That's it. And also the thought of like doing that, like say you go, you do your thing with somebody, and then you go home and you get into bed with your girl, and you're doing up cuddles on a Sunday.
Yeah, no, man can do that easily.
Yeah, but I don't.
Easily,
that blows my mind. First of all, and
because it's a different thing. Though.
Yeah. But the second of all, it's what you said. Like it's doing it as one thing, but like it's just mad to me.
Yeah, like babes, no, I'm cuddling you. I love you because I'm cuddling you, and I want to be with you. I just had babes, you're my strawberry. I just had a mango quick. Just a light one. But you know what though? But you know what? I know that you will hate the fact that I had a mango, and this is going to affect you in a certain type of way, which ultimately is going to affect me in a certain type of way or whatnot. So even though I could yam this mango, I'm just not even going to do it because I just know how much that means to you. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just not going to do it. But look, my theory is documented on this. My theory is documented. I believe, that at some point in life, there was no construct on relationships.
Right.
Yeah. People were procreating however they were doing it, in whichever establishment that they were doing it in, or whatever else, and maybe had like a different sort of system in how they were doing it that we could not fathom today in this time in life. But this was however many years ago or whatnot, thousands of years ago. But what happened was, do you know what happened?
Society.
No. Do you know what happened? One man said, you know what?
This one's mine.
This one's mine. Yeah, this one's mine. And do you know what? I'll tell you what probably happened as well, yeah? The guy that did that saw that maybe there was just a slight bit of enjoyment from that sausage. There was something about that sausage that he didn't have, and something about that man. And you know what? No, but hold on, I don't like that. This one's mine. And then someone turned around and said, what do you mean that one's yours? They were standing there butt naked. Everyone's just doing their vibes and whatnot. What do you mean that one's yours? Well, then in that case, then this one's mine. This one's mine. And then we're doing this whole this one's mine until we've built a system, essentially, which I'm not mad at, by the way. No, but we built a system where it's like, well, yeah, no, this is the way that it's got to be.
So ultimately you're saying that monogamy isn't natural?
I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is.
Because it's a tricky one.
I don't like. Let me be clear. I'm not mad at it. I just don't know. I just don't know if it is. I just think that we've made this as a construct, and we've just been running with it for a long time. And you know, it's like, I guess it works for some and it doesn't for others. Okay,
so I have a question then, which I think is like, women probably get asked it more, but like, okay, so you're in a relationship now. Mm-hmm. You're probably married, you might even have a kid, whatever, like you're really happy, your girlfriend gives you everything, I mean, she gives you everything, she ticks every box, you have fun together, anything that you want, that's it, she does it. But now and again, whether it's on holiday with the girls or it's
She
whatever.
gets chopped.
She does her one little thing that keeps her whatever,
gets chopped.
and you never find out, and she makes sure you never know. There's no one you know, and it's da-da-da. You never find out. Do you want to know, or do you want to stay in the bubble?
At this point I'm married and
no, you're married. Everything is perfect, and in your head you don't know that like she's doing her thing.
Then don't tell me.
You would just rather not know.
Yeah, I'd rather not know.
Interesting. Yeah, there was a whole.
If you can, but by the way, remember I'm not mad. I haven't had any of this, so this is all hypothetically speaking. Yeah, in this scenario that you're giving me, you're also essentially saying that like she proper loves me, right?
Yeah.
She proper loves me. She's committed to the family and all of these type of things or whatnot. But every once in a while,
she has a mango.
She goes out and she just has a mango, and I'll never ever
You'll
find
never
out
know
about
the mango.
Yeah, then don't tell me about it.
Yeah, it's bad because the thing is, if you asked me that question 3 years ago, I would have been like, no, I want to know. Like, I need to know. I need to know everything. Like, if there's smoke there, I want to find it and whatever. But it's like, yeah, I was reading this debate and all the answers. I thought, yeah, mate, don't know. But yeah, I do want someone to just want me and for me to be enough. But
the thing is though, it doesn't mean that you're not enough.
But it does.
I don't think it does.
But it does, because if you were enough, then you wouldn't. Do you know what I mean?
I get it, but like,
I don't want the strawberry every day.
No. That's where you say that it's not enough.
Yeah.
No, not in a wrong sense, but as in, I know you got a mic also, but the strawberry is the strawberry. You know what you're gonna get. It might be a little bit sour. It might be a little bit sweet. You know what I'm saying? It's not boring. I'm not trying to be boring.
Let me just dig deeper. The reason why I think that I don't necessarily think that it is a factor about it being enough is only because I believe that this isn't our natural state.
Right, well I guess that's why it all comes full
circle. What you understand what I'm saying? I believe that it's a construct that we've made that again I'm good with. I just don't know if however many hundreds of thousands of years that this was what it was. And I do believe also that rightly or wrongly, we are moving further and further away from what is our purity. I don't know what that is. I just think that we're just going further and further away from it. Again, I'm not mad at it. I keep saying all the time, I love. I'm in all of that. I'm at a stage also in my life now where it's like, I'm not actively going out to try and find a relationship, but the moment that this happens, I'm ready for it. I'm in. Yeah, I'm just so in. Yeah. I'm so in. But if I am really to dig deep in this, within my theory, I think that it is not so much about the enough thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think
it's just that.
It's hard. I don't know though, because for me, when I was in a relationship for as we said, a very long time, and through that relationship, I didn't. Yeah, cool. I could go out and see someone was attractive or whatever, but I genuinely that he was enough for me.
Yeah.
I didn't feel only when very towards maybe the very end, and there was other reasons why whatever we broke up, and I felt okay, cool. I do want to date other people and explore that, but while I was really really in love, that was enough.
Yeah,
and I look at my mum and dad, who as far as I know, are in a very monogamous happy relationship. Yeah. And I see that, so I'm like, that is possible. But then in our generation,
I see that with my mum and Peter.
Yeah, do you believe?
But I see that with my mum and Peter. I don't know.
You might not have seen a secret.
I don't know, innit? But what I do know is I saw a very committed relationship.
Yeah.
But with that being said, though, I do get what you mean, because. You know what? When I'm into someone, they're the only person in the room.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm not really thinking. It's just not even a thought that is so much in my head. But you know what? So for me, I could easily be in an environment and that person, but that a relationship be enough for me to just be in that and it not be anything. But if I'm being truly honest, could I do it? Could I do it? I probably could. I just wouldn't.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. But that decision comes from what we said, that real love.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas I think a lot of people are in relationships where they're to an extent settling.
Oh yeah, a million percent.
Yeah, and I think when you're in that situation where you're like, you know what, this is a cozy situation, everything's patterned, it's good, it's whatever, but they'll take that risk because they don't really, if it's not that top tier, like we said, like if it was, it wouldn't be worth the risk. If you're willing to take that risk, it's because.
But why is there a risk? This is where we get
because of losing that person.
So the risk is also because I need this to be clear. I need this to be clear. I'm with it. I'm just going past the point of like, because if we step outside of bearing in mind, yeah, in what we said this before, in like 200 years time, people are going to look back at some of the things that we did in life and think it's crazy. We can't fathom it now because we're just selfish and we just think that the world revolves around us, but it really doesn't. Like, just in a light breakdown, just so people have this perspective right here. We are in 2022. Yeah, it's 2022. We can all agree that life has existed for longer than 2,222 years. We can all agree. People have been saying that life has existed for 1 million years, if not beyond all of that, right? Which is a long time. But let's just say it didn't. Let's just say it actually started at zero.
Even then...
in the greater scheme of numbers, 2022 numbers is not a lot of numbers. No. Because you know what? There's 10,000, there's 50,000, there's 100,000, there's 1 million, there's 100 million.
And we only get
to spend, if we're lucky, around 85. It's not a long time. So in that, there's so much things that changes in life. There's so much things that we adopt into our society and take away in all of these type of things. And as we do that, we start to become aware of things. So for example, risk. Risk had to have started from somewhere for it to be a thing.
To be a risk.
So the risk of me losing her is down to the construct that we have, because you know what? At a point, maybe this is not just about men, maybe also women were just out doing their thing, whatever it may be. I know that Andrew Tate will disagree with that. But let's just say women were doing that as well or whatnot. Someone has come along and said, no, that can't happen. This is what needs to happen. So if we now all adopt this as a tribe, we're essentially saying, okay, cool, we're going to go with that. Wait, so hold on 1 second. We're all going with that and you didn't go with that. I'm going. Now there's a risk because someone's adopted that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So the purity in it is that like you can just do that. But because we've created risk, or because we've created a risk, we're like, well, nah, like I'm not even, because this is enough.
So in that sense, is jealousy and feeling that possession over somebody a social construct as well? Because like maybe if that wasn't evolved in that way and like we didn't do that then it wouldn't have been a problem.
This is a good question. Is jealousy a social construct?
Because like, why do we feel that? Like, no, that's my human. I don't want you to touch him. Because I do feel like that. If I really like somebody, I don't want to see him. Like, I mean,
yes.
Have you ever been in this?
Yes, it is.
It is. Okay, interesting.
Yes, it is. Right. The reason why...
What story do you have up your sleeve, Chuckie?
Right. No.
It's an emotion that it evokes in you. Have you ever been out and you like someone, you're feeling them, whatever, but it's not really a thing yet. You don't have and then you're out and there you see them move into somebody else and it's kind of in front of you and it makes you feel a way. Yeah, but
that is because everything around it is there's a construct in all of that though. I'm looking at children now. A child that is just born, even though a child is now born and they're just taking in all the constructs from the absolute get-go, sometimes a child will be playing with a toy and another child will just grab the toy. Yeah. Wait, but hold on. Is the child grabbing the toy because they're jealous of the toy? They're jealous that person's got the toy, or they're just grabbing the toy because they just want it? Because that's a different thing here.
And if I just want it... Does the kid just say, okay, take it? Or does the kid go, no, that's mine?
Sometimes the kid just says, all right, whatever. I didn't... Yeah. No, but do you know what it is? Right. Sometimes the child, is not reacting to that because of jealousy. It's reacting to the behaviour.
Yeah.
When you're taking that off me, why are you taking it off me?
Yeah.
Then I'm taking it off you because I'm just reacting. But jealousy isn't in that, really.
It's like, I feel like this whole life is built on wanting what you can't have and that like thing. And it's like, there's so many situations where you can like somebody, for example, and when they're super into you, you're not even sure. And the moment they pull away, you're like, hold on, I am sure. Or the moment they come too on, you're like, no. There's this weird thing in human nature where I think, like with the toy thing, I might not even care about this toy, but the moment someone's taken the toy off me as a kid, you're like, well, no, I want the toy back.
Yeah, but that's not based off of a jealous emotion. It's based off of behavior.
What's it? Yeah, but
the behavior is like, why are you taking that off me? You think I'm? Well, no, it's not because that's an ego thing.
Yeah.
But I guess this is still ego.
It's still an
it?
ego thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
What do you lot think?
Yeah, this is a very.
What do you lot think?
I mean, there's this one of my favorite song in the world. Actually, it's called "Gravity" by John Mayer, and the overall concept of the song is like gravity is holding me down, essentially. And there's a lyric in it that goes, "Twice as much ain't twice as good, and can't sustain like one half could. It's wanting more that's gonna send me to my knees." And the way that I read the song, people might judge it differently, is like, why is it in human nature that we always want? Why is there that temptation to cheat? Why is there that, like, I want what I can't have? Why do we look at why is the grass greener on the other side? Why do all these things exist? Why are we built like that as humans to not just be content with what we got?
Like, I do believe that we've done that to ourselves, though. Because even, like, the, what was the example? Like, the wanting more what you can't have. Like, we play... You see examples of that in fashion. One of the reasons why brands get built up as big as they are is only because you create a feeling of shit, I missed out on that, so I need to get it. Do you get what I'm saying? And then that works. And I feel like, you know what, there's all of these elements in our constructs that make us I'm not mad at some of the constructs, by the way. I just understand that our life today is important. But I'm very aware that 1,000,000 years ago, it wasn't like how it was now.
No.
And as much as what we do now is important, what they did then was important too.
To get us to even a point.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So like, everything was just so different then. And also, everything is going to be incredibly different in
another 20 years,
in 50 years time.
But I think it ultimately comes down to like expectation and what you set yourself. Like, do you know the J. Cole song "Love Yours"?
Yeah.
So there's that verse in that I just think is like ultimately what we just said, coming back around. A lot of what I've said, by the way, is that I'm just bouncing the questions, because I do think that like one person is enough, and I do want you know. But there's that do you know that verse, the second verse, where it's like always going to be I can't remember the exact lyrics, but like, a girl better than the one you got. Yeah, always gonna be like clothes fresher than what you're wearing. Always gonna be a better car, better watch. Always, you know, finishes says always gonna be a bitch that's bad out there on the tours, but you're not.
I don't believe that.
But you're never gonna be happy until you love yours, and essentially it comes down to like actually being grateful for what you have.
100,000,000%. I just don't believe that we started off life like that. I don't believe that we started off life as this constant need for wanting more. I feel like someone infiltrated that.
Yeah, but hold on, I need to read this verse because it's annoying me that I'm letting J. Cole down right now. Always gonna be a bigger house somewhere, but feel me, long as the people in that motherfucker love you dearly. Always gonna be a whip that's bigger than the one you got. Always gonna be some clothes that's fresher than the ones you rock. Always gonna be a bitch that's badder out there on the tours, but you ain't never gonna be happy till you love yours. I just think that's one of the best verses ever.
I feel like that's the best way to look at where we're at now.
Yeah.
So like, because we found ourselves in this situation, essentially we have to find the solution for it to find peace. And like, that's a good way of finding peace. Our purity, I don't know if that was like a thing. I don't think that there had to have been. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I don't think anyone really knows. But I do feel like there wasn't this necessary need for wanting more or wanting what everyone else needed or whatnot. I just think over time we've obviously found ourselves, and with that, you know what? As you like said one time, and I've quoted it a couple of times on the pod, is that without you can't get good without evil, and something somewhere has infiltrated the way that people did things, which then meant that like we almost had to put things into place.
Do you
get
into
what I'm
the
saying?
structure.
But before we got to that point, what did it look like?
Yeah, and I think it ultimately comes down to like your own individual thing and like being content and happy in yourself. And like if you're constantly looking for external things to make you happy, I don't know.
Yeah, and stop ghosting.
Yeah, true. Yeah, chance.
We didn't get to really dig deep into that.
Dig deep into that. Well, next time.
Anyway, this has to be 2 parts again, and I don't know how we're gonna fit this in, but it'll be all right. What was I gonna say? Well done.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Also,
Chuckie.
I'm glad that most people saw what I saw about you. Because again, as I said to you before, I'm very cool with people, but I don't just make friends like that. But like, you're a really, really good human being and a really good woman, and just, you know, you're a very good time.
Me blush over here.
No, you're a very good time, and you know what? Like, I just wish you all of the best.
Thank you so
much.
I mean, you already know you're one of my favourite people. Yeah, I called you in the airport when I was leaving Mallorca, for God's sake. No. You missed the call, but I think we move.
Obviously, it's really important to like, you know, make the most out of what you have, and like just try and find an element of fulfillment in it. You get what I'm saying? But also like keep in mind, as best as you can, that not everyone does have your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
And take some time to switch off whenever you possibly can. I had that in my notes to write and talk about. But yeah.
No, I appreciate that, Chuckie. Thank you so much.
Live and just be free.
And thank you for having me. I made it onto the sofa, on brand as well.
Yeah, Benja! Yeah! Obviously, you already know. By the way, they got a summer sale, by the way. I swear there's like up to 50% off. Benja.com. She came in there. You get what I'm saying? Yeah? Benja, this is me. This is me. I mean, yeah, this is me. I just really, you know,
I put in a request?
I really fuck with Benja. I really genuinely 100% do.
No, so do I. I'm putting in a request to Benja.
Go on.
So this the top's not Benja, the trousers are, and
okay.
This is.
That's cool.
Tops matching the tracksuits, guys.
Yeah, get some of that. Like a top like that. Yeah. Big up to Benja, benja.com. Remember I said there's 50% off there. What was I going to say as well? Is there anything anyone needs to know about?
Oh, I should have come with this prepared, because I always remember you asked this question.
Yeah.
Can you go first so I can have a think?
No.
Because you have to have a think too.
Yep.
Okay, can I plug my own clothing brand? Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I have a clothing brand called Antonia Bronze. I wore the bikini when I walked into the villa, and I wore a lot of the sets as well. And they're really lovely bikinis, cover-up skirts, longer skirts. You can wear them in the evening. All made in the UK, sustainably, ethically made in a factory in North London. Shout out Antonia Bronze, my partner who I do it with, who's the designer, and she's amazing.
Honourable shout out to her.
So yeah, girls, get you some, if you're trying to be in this Aladdin lineup with me, come get your V-front skirt and your crop top, because we got them for you. But we're new, we just started, so yeah. Not me plugging myself, I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. It's something that everyone needs to know about. Have you got one? Cool. That'll be it.
Well, you don't have one?
No, I don't even have one. I do, but I can't say it properly, so I don't want to say it properly. I don't want to say it now because I can't say it properly.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah. Come on.